From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy. Nova Scotians are battening down the hatches as a winter storm that has buried much of the province extends into a third day. As much as 80 centimeters of snow has fallen so far, with heavy, continuous snowfall expected throughout the rest of the day. The weather even prompted the Cape Breton municipality to call for a local state of emergency. Mayor Amanda McDougall posted a video that made the announcement, saying the emergency will help keep people at home and off the roads. Alberta Premier Danielle Smith is set to visit Ottawa today to open a new provincial office and give a speech at the Economic Club of Canada. Smith's office says the new space is meant to expand the province's presence in the nation's capital and amplify Alberta's voice on the national stage. Last week, the Alberta and federal governments traded barbs over the province's recently announced policies for the treatment of transgender youth and parental rights. Alberta previously held an office in Ottawa, but it was shuttered due to a budget shortfall in 2015. An extremely strong storm is pounding Southern California with historic amounts of rain and wind. The heavy rains have been falling non-stop since yesterday afternoon. Reporter Alex Stone is in Los Angeles County.
Overnight here, the rain has been relentless, extremely strong, and in the wind coming down sideways. Rising creeks and rivers are the worry today. Already overnight, evacuations took place in Santa Barbara. Other areas were evacuated even before the rain started. Today, this heavy rain will continue.
California Governor Gavin Newsom declared a state of emergency. The Office of Emergency Services activated its operations center and positioned personnel and equipment in areas that were most at risk. Airplane manufacturer Boeing has reported another problem with the fuselages of its 737 jets that might delay the delivery of about 50 new planes. Boeing Commercial Airplanes CEO Stan Deal says a worker at its supplier warehouse discovered misdrilled holes in fuselages. Both Boeing and Spirit Aerosystems are facing intense scrutiny over the quality of their work after an Alaska Airlines 737 MAX 9 was forced to make an emergency landing shortly after takeoff in January after a panel blew out of the side of the plane. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky is confirming he is considering dismissing the country's top military officer, a prospect that has shocked the nation and worried Kiev's Western allies.
Asked whether he was considering the ouster of General Valery Zaluzhny, Zelensky told Italian RAI TV in an interview released late Sunday that he was thinking about it as part of a broader issue of setting the country's path. He said that a reset, a new beginning is necessary, and it's not about a single person, but about the direction of the country's leadership. Tensions between the two have been rising as Ukraine grapples with ammunition and personnel shortages following a failed summer counter-offensive. I'm Charles Thullett.
This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the NHL returns to business tonight with 2 games on the schedule, including one in Toronto between the Maple Leafs and the visiting New York Islanders. The Leafs have won 3 in a row, while the Islanders have dropped 3 straight. Elsewhere, the New York Rangers host the Colorado Avalanche, who have won 3 straight and lead the Central Division. Jesse Puljujärvi signed a 2-year, $1.6 million contract with the Pittsburgh Penguins yesterday. The 25-year-old forward, who signed a professional tryout with the Penguins in December 10th, could make his debut against the Winnipeg Jets as soon as tomorrow. The Toronto Raptors, who let a 23-point lead get away last night in a 135-127 double overtime loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder, will play the Pelicans in New Orleans tonight. The Pelicans are 7th in the NBA's Western Conference with a 28-21 record. They've won 2 straight so far. From the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy.